Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new here, my name is Holly and I'm a food and fitness content creator. So today's video, you can probably tell from the title, is just going to be a week's worth of breakfast basically. Essentially I set out to do like 5 high protein breakfasts and then I was like, obviously this is just what I'm eating every day. So you're just going to be coming with me every morning, seeing what I'm eating for breakfast this week. So without further ado, I think the best thing to do is just jump straight into Monday. Thank you guys so much for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe. Good morning YouTube. So this is the first high protein breakfast that I'm going to be showing you. It's currently Monday. I have got back from training, got ready. My hair is like channeling like Miss Trunchbull vibes right now. I'm getting it done tomorrow, so we're going on a bit of like a glow up journey throughout this week as well. So this won't actually be the first thing that I'm eating today. Every day before I train, I make sure that I have some kind of carb source. So whether that's a bagel thin, a squares bar, rice cakes, a bowl of Rice Krispies, I make sure that I definitely have something. It's good to have a carb source because like they're obviously a slow release of energy. However, I get a lot of questions on like whether you should eat before the gym or whether what you should eat after the gym. Personally, I prioritize a carb source so I have some energy for the gym. I can't train without anything in my body. I feel too like woozy and a bit too weak. And then I just prioritize a high protein meal for after the gym. So one of the main questions I do get is whether you should eat before the gym at all, whether you should like work out fasted. Genuinely, the one thing that I've learned throughout my fitness journey is that it is complete personal preference. Like if you work out and you feel sick when you've eaten before, don't eat before. Like a lot of people say like, oh, I don't like eating that early in the morning, then I go and train and I feel ill. Don't make yourself feel sick. Like I personally need something because I need a bit of energy. If you can train without eating anything and just like kind of getting up, having like a drink of water or something like that, like a cup of tea, go for it. Like if that's what makes you feel best in your body and that's what makes you work out the best, then by all means go for it. You don't have to be force feeding yourself in the morning just because somebody on Instagram is shoving down like a bagel. You don't have to. But anyway, I digress. So the first high protein breakfast we're going to be having today, of course I have to kick the week off with the My Protein pancakes. So I have got reels up on how I make these. However, this is probably going to be a bit like of a better in-depth version. I do talk about it on Instagram all the time, but I think people really struggle with how to make them. I do get it because they kind of go one way or the other, but I have definitely perfected it. Like they never go wrong now. Now I've said that, they're probably gonna go wrong. They are honestly one of my favorite things. So I obviously do work for My Protein. I have a link that I'll pop in the description box and my discount code as well. I'll leave it on the screen. So I am slightly biased in this, but if you are looking for a high protein breakfast, you just can't go wrong with these. And also, I just always think like, who wouldn't want pancakes for breakfast? I absolutely love them. So today we're gonna be having cookies and cream flavor. This is probably my #1 flavor at the moment. Like it's the only one that I've really been having. They do loads of other flavors. Chocolate is really, really good. Unflavored is also really good. What other ones do I like? Avoid blueberry. That's all I'm gonna say, which is ironic when I'm dressed as a blueberry today, but it's not the one, I'll tell you that. So I have obviously pre-planned all my meals. So today I'm gonna be having a 60-gram serving of the protein pancakes, but honestly, just whatever fits best into your macros. Like you can have 55 grams, you can have 50 grams, like just work it into your kind of like daily structure. So I'm gonna be having 60 grams, 2 squares of dark chocolate, and then 4 strawberries with them as well. I love putting dark chocolate on mine because I obviously have a high fat diet with my PCOS, and it's just such a good source of fat. Also, you get to have chocolate on your pancakes, so any excuse really. But this is the chocolate I have, so it's the Lindt 85% cocoa one. I really like this. Some people hate dark chocolate. My boyfriend absolutely hates it, but I love it, so that's a really good one for me. And then just some strawberries from Aldi. So I'm just gonna portion out the 60 grams of these. My scales are so dead. Oh, they actually weren't that tight. Right, so just gonna portion out the 60 grams first. It's 61, but treat yourself, I guess. So with this, what you want to do is just make them into a really thick paste. You don't want them to be watery at all, and the best tip I can advise to do that is literally by adding a tiny splash of water at a time. I will, for demonstration purposes, try and measure it. I normally just kind of freehand it and literally pour like a tiny bit in and just keep stirring it, but I'll let you know how much water I'm putting in today. So the thicker they are, the more they're going to kind of hold their shape in the pan. I'm gonna say about 80 mils. I think that's what we're gonna end up on. Yeah, right, that is perfect. So we've added 75 mils of water. I'm just gonna give you a closer view. You want it that thick. Like, you do not want it to be watery at all. Like that's quite like stodgy. Now what you need to do is grab a really good non-stick pan. Make sure it is non-stick, otherwise the pancakes, like any other pancakes, are gonna get stuck to the bottom. I think that's probably the most common thing that you guys find, is that they get stuck to the bottom of the pan. So your pan just needs to be really, really good non-stick. We're gonna preheat it and add some 1 calorie spray as well. So now our pan is preheated quite a bit. You kind of hear like the 1 calorie spray like bubbling around. I'm just gonna portion these out into 3 pancakes. What you want to kind of wait for is to see like this edge bit start to kind of like harden up and kind of like obviously crisp up because it's browned. Then you know you're going to be able to get your spatula under it and just flip them over. So just watch out for that bit around there just looking quite cooked. So if you can kind of see like around here, you can see where it just looks slightly more cooked. Like they're kind of like building into more of like a shape. I'm gonna get my spatula under them, try and flip them. This is the difficult bit. Okay, yeah, see look, they're sliding up really, really easily. Now, what you want to do once they're all flipped is squish them all down. So this bit I always find quite important because you've got a lot of like uncooked mixture in the middle and it's just going to give them a way more even cook. You're not going to kind of like chop into them and have them be undercooked. So can you see like it's all kind of squidging out there? But yeah, just flatten them down. Make sure they're all nicely cooked, not merging into one giant pancake. Now they're probably cooked on the uneven. I'm just going to give them one more turn and make sure like all the edges are cooked from where we kind of squished out that extra mixture. Look, I'd say they're pretty perfectly cooked. If I got served those in a restaurant, I'd definitely be happy. Now I'm just gonna add all the strawberries onto them. And then I'm adding 2 squares of this 85% dark chocolate. It's quite nice to like break it up and then you just get like chocolate on different bits of the pancakes as well. And it always melts into it. Delish. That is one thing I definitely would suggest, is when you're having these, is to add some kind of like fruit, sauce, chocolate. It's just because some people do find them quite dry. They're like a pancake. You kind of want something on your pancake. So adding some like fresh fruit, chocolates, sauces. Even I've added yogurts on them before. Just things like that make them like that extra bit nice. Here we go. Here is today's breakfast. You can see that all the chocolate's kind of starting to melt, which is really, really nice. Another thing you can do is you can just put the chocolate in the actual pancakes, but quite like having it on top. I feel like it looks prettier. So I'm now gonna sit and just tuck into these. I'm so excited. I'm actually gonna be joining you later today for tomorrow's breakfast because we're gonna be doing some overnight oats. Obviously I'll go into detail later. So you will be seeing me twice a day. Sorry about that, guys. Maybe I'll put on like a different top so it feels like it's switched up the video a little bit. If you've just seen me like chopping up, then I'm really sorry. I don't know why, like for somebody that cooks a lot, eats a lot, I just still don't know how to use a knife and fork very well. Oh my god, my mouth is watering. That looks so good. And we've just smashed 40 grams of protein before the day's basically even started. So if you thought I was actually joking about doing an outfit change for the second breakfast that I have to make today, you were definitely wrong. Also, I kind of want an excuse to like put my new Tala top on. Tala released a new collection called Day Flex, and guys, my pieces from it turned up and I'm just obsessed. So I am a busy gal tomorrow and basically going to be running around, so I'm not going to have time to cook a breakfast like I normally would. Like even those protein pancakes I'd say took me about 15 minutes, but that's just, we don't have time for that. We want to kind of grab something and go tomorrow. So if you are in the same position, you work in an office, you have to get up early in the morning, you need to commute, blah blah blah, etc etc, you just don't have time to cook breakfast, the perfect recipe I have for you is overnight oats. So these aren't anything new, they are just simple overnight protein oats, but they are honestly such a good go-to. I love overnight oats. I know some people find like cold oats a bit funny, but like I just find them so creamy, so delicious. If you don't fancy them like this, you can still use the base of this recipe and just heat them up or bake them if you like baked oats, but I'm just going to be doing overnight oats because they're my absolute favorite. So these can just be made the night before, the day before, like I'm doing now. So it's currently 3 o'clock and I'm going to be eating them at 8 AM tomorrow morning. By the way, I'm going to show you tomorrow morning because I'm going to be adding some like biscuits to them, but they just need to sit in the fridge overnight, so I'm gonna make them now. So they are so simple. They are literally just oats and milk, and then you can add whatever you want to them. So I'm gonna be adding some banana protein powder as well as some Biscoff. So we're gonna be making banana and Biscoff protein overnight oats. They are my favorite things ever. I haven't had them in so long. I'm so excited. So I'm just gonna show you how I whip them up. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me order this massive bag of oats by accident, probably about 6 months ago, and I'm still making my way through. So yeah, you just need some oats. They can be any old oats. These are from my vegan, from my protein, but literally any oats will do. Rolled oats, chunky oats, I don't know what other kind of oats there are, but just, yeah, any oats. Scottish oats, British oats, whatever oats. Now we've got our oats. I'm also going to use this My Protein. This is just turning into one big My Protein ad, isn't it? Genuinely love these products, so that's why I'm showing you guys. This is the My Protein Impact Whey Protein in Banana. That's the flavour we're going to be using today. Then we're going to be using some Biscoff. Oh my god, I cannot wait to eat this. The temptation every time I open this, honestly, just all I want to do is like stick my hand in there. Like, you know, like Winnie the Pooh with honey, that is me with Biscoff. So yeah, just grab a jar of Biscoff. Also, how big is this jar? It's from Asda, it's absolutely huge. Then I'm just going to be using some regular semi-skim milk. Obviously, if you like almond milk, oat milk, just use whichever you fancy. And then all you need is a very cute little bowl. I'm going to be using my Love Hot one, which is from M&S if anyone's wondering. So the first thing I'm going to do is portion out 40 grams of oats into my bowl. Then I'm going to be adding 15 grams of this banana protein. And now I'm going to add 18 mils of my milk. Now all you just need to do is mix that together. It can get a little bit messy. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is grab 15 grams of Biscoff. The best way to weigh out things that are in jars is to sit the jar on the scales, and then basically when you take it away it will say like minus. It's just a way more accurate way of doing it. Okay, there we go, so that's 15, and what I'm going to do is just pop it in this microwavable bowl and actually melt it. It just helps it mix in way easier. Right, that is the oats done, guys. That literally took me about 3 minutes to throw it together, so no excuses on this one taking too much time. And yeah, I'm just gonna pop them in the fridge overnight. Morning, everyone. So I've been to get my oats that we left in the fridge overnight. They've set like perfectly, like solid as a rock. And now I'm just gonna grab one of these. So these are like the tiny, like not tiny, but like pack of like smaller 2 Lotus Biscoff biscuits, and I'm just going to crush them up and put them on there, but I get these from like B&M. And there we go, this is the Biscoff and Banana Protein Overnight Oats. Pop all the macros and stuff and calories on the screen for you guys. I'm literally so excited to eat these, they're so like creamy. Look at that. Good morning, everyone. I've had my hair done. I am so happy with it. We've gone like a bit blonder. I feel like every time I go I'm getting a bit like lighter, and I'm here for it. Like, I love having like dark on the underneath and then blonde on the top. So a bit of a weird breakfast setup this morning. Basically my kitchen is like slap bang right next to my flatmate's room, so I didn't want to film in the kitchen, it'd be really loud. Also, we're not cooking anything. This is just a really easy breakfast. I say this about all of them, but I like to think that my meals are quite easy. Like, I don't put a lot of like, not effort, but like there's not either like loads of ridiculous stages to them. Today we are basically going to be making a protein yogurt granola, literally as simple as that. I need to like throw this together because I am on a bit of a tight time frame. So yeah, we're currently sat in my bedroom at my desk and we're going to throw together our breakfast. So all you literally need for this is some natural yogurt. So I'm going to be using 200 grams of one of these Y Valley, so I just bought the smaller tubs because I always buy the massive ones and end up like not ever using them. So it's just 1.5 of these, and then I'll have the other half some other time. So for the protein, I'm going to be using the Impact Whey from My Protein in the flavour raspberry, and I'm going to be using, let me double check, I think 25 grams, so 1 big scoop of this. Oh my god, do you know what I hate is when the scooper is right at the bottom. Ooh. It's not got a scoop, it's got a spoon in there. Right, so because we just have this, we're gonna have to use the scales to make sure we are actually getting the right amount of this. This is a really high volume breakfast as well. Like, you can obviously see how much yogurt I've got in there. Now I'm just gonna stir this all together. It can be a bit messy. I love it when it starts to go pink. So for this next bit, I'm going to be going in with 20 grams of chocolate crisp granola. This one's just from Tesco's. You can literally use any granola you like. So chocolate one is really nice with the raspberry. But yeah, like I said, any cereals, like you could even put Cheerios, you could put Rice Krispies, you could put Cocoa Pops, like whatever you kind of fancy. But I haven't tried this one before, so I'm just going to go with this one. And now that's done, I'm just going to go in with 50 grams of raspberries. And guys, here we go. Here is breakfast number 3. So we've got protein yogurt that we basically got homemade, some granola, some raspberries. That was so easy, literally took me like 5 minutes. Not even that, probably like 3 minutes to throw together. So today's breakfast has 33 grams of protein in it. Do you know what I've literally just thought? It's like breakfast soup. Like, yogurt is the equivalent of like breakfast soup. Mental? Good morning, everyone. So definitely looking slightly more fresh-faced than I have been for the previous mornings. Going to an eyebrow appointment later, so can't have any makeup on or anything. So this is what we're working with. I am aware of the colour difference between my hands and my tan. I tried out a new tan and to be honest, it's so good. It's Cocoa and Eve. It's so good that you don't need 2 layers. And I did 2 layers, so I'm looking a bit overly bronzed at the moment, unfortunately. So for this morning's breakfast, we are going to be throwing together a breakfast sandwich. I'm excited about this because I feel like all the previous breakfasts have been sweet. So don't worry, if you are a savoury gal or guy, the savoury breakfasts are coming now. We've got 2 coming up. So breakfast sandwich. We are also filming a what I eat in a day today. That's good. So obviously we're going to be having a breakfast sandwich this morning. I love like a fry up kind of sandwich sort of situation. And I found this bread from... I think I got it in Asda, yeah, and it's, I mean, it's nothing new, I've seen it before on Instagram, but it's like this Danish light white bread. Bread is only 62 calories per slice, so basically means that you can like fit in a breakfast sandwich so easily. So for this, basically, we're gonna have 2 chicken sausages, 2 pieces of bacon, and 1 egg. This first bit of it's gonna be really boring. I just need to pop the chicken sausages onto air fry because they take a bit longer. Chicken sausages are looking really nice and crispy, so I'm just gonna put the bacon on fry. The bacon that I'm currently using is Aldi. So this bacon is only 80 calories for 2 pieces. One like thing that I used to think bacon was so high in calories. If you guys watch my like what I eat in a day, like I eat bacon fairly regularly now. Like it's a pretty stable thing in my diet, I'm not gonna lie. And 80 calories for 2 slices is so good. So I'm just gonna pop that onto a grill. So now all we've got left to do is just fry an egg. While that is just frying away, I'm just gonna add some salt and pepper to it. There we go, 1 sausage. And then the egg. Annoyingly, the egg does not look very runny. And now I'm just gonna go in and add about 10 grams of ketchup. So this is the 50% like lighter one as well. And there we go. 1 big slice down the middle. And there we go, a nice loaded high protein breakfast sandwich. So this breakfast sandwich, oh, it smells so good. This breakfast sandwich has 36 grams of protein in and is only 356 calories. Good morning, YouTube. You are joining me for the final breakfast of the week. I'm actually really sad that this come to an end. Like, it's been really nice, like, knowing that every morning I kind of get to wake up and, like, chat to you guys, make my breakfast with you. So, yeah, it's a little bit sad, but I hope you've enjoyed all of the different breakfasts. So, today, no different from any other day, we are doing another high-protein breakfast. We are making a breakfast omelette today. Like I said, none of these breakfasts are anything crazy. Like, I just kind of want to show you that, like, simple breakfast can be really high-protein and really easy to make and just help you guys smash your protein targets, really. So, without further ado, I'm gonna grab the ingredients for the omelette. So the first thing we're gonna do is grab 3 pieces of the bacon that we used yesterday, so just the back bacon from Aldi, and put those onto grill. I was actually awake at 4 this morning. Yeah, 4 a.m. Woke up at 4 a.m. Started editing this YouTube video, put together some TikToks, edited a what I eat in a day, planned all my meals for next week. Then I went to the gym for like 7, which I really enjoyed. It was slightly busier, obviously, but it wasn't that busy that like I couldn't get anything done. I think it's because I go to a new gym. I don't know, maybe it's like a new thing that I need to like try out. The next thing I'm gonna do is just slice up 1 yellow pepper. You can add like whatever veg you want to an omelette, really. Like mushrooms would be really good. Oh my god, that washing machine is gonna be so annoying. Right, we finally have some peace and quiet. So I'm just gonna, yeah, chop up this pepper. Guys, I'm gonna hold this out. I went to chopping school, like a cooking school the other day, and okay, I'm still not doing it right. And basically, are we seeing this? Okay, that wasn't bad, but like practice makes perfect. I'm definitely getting better at chopping things up. So I'm just gonna add some 1-calorie spray to my pan and fry off the peppers first. So just while that's frying off, I've just cracked my 3 eggs in there. I'm just gonna whisk them. It's getting a bit messy. Just gonna whisk those up with some salt and pepper as well. So my peppers are basically done. So now all I'm gonna do is chuck in my egg. So now I'm just gonna chuck in 15 grams of Eat-Lean cheese. This is one of my absolute favorite products for like deficits, hitting proteins. It's just so good. And then finally, I cut up all of the bacon that we cooked earlier. I'm just gonna sprinkle that over. So now I'm just gonna leave that to like cook away and then give it a little flip. This is always the hardest part because I just don't want to like ruin it. Normally when I do this and it messes up, I end up actually just making like a massive scramble, but I do really want it to be like in the shape of an omelette today, right? Oh! No! So this is, oh God, it looks awful. This is my attempts at an omelette, guys. I'm so sad that flip messed up, but lots of protein, a bit of veggies in there. I really thought we were gonna end the week on a high then. Have to say, out of the aesthetics of all of them, this definitely is the worst. But like, it's still got everything in there. It's still basically an omelette. The flip just wasn't happening today. It just wasn't meant to be. Maybe I'm off my game because I woke up at 4 AM. Who knows? But yeah, I'm going to tuck into this. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little series of videos. If you guys have enjoyed it, please let me know, because I'd be interested in maybe doing some more ones with like work lunches, maybe like dinner ideas, just any different ideas, maybe like snacks in the week. The possibilities are endless. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.